Did you know that the last major gameplay change to Brawl Stars was hypercharges? And that was 2 years ago. We finally reached the point where every brawler has a hypercharge, 2-star powers, and 2 gadgets. So what's next? In this video, I'll be addressing just that, as well as 9 more changes that I think Brawl Stars needs to bring this game back to its former glory. First off, I need to commend the dev team for the latest update. Not only is the Upside Down Showdown game mode fun, but the changes to XP doublers, daily drops, as well as the addition of mega quests and being able to choose which mega quest you want makes logging in and playing every day much more enjoyable. Brawl is definitely headed on the right path, but there is still much to be changed, starting with the biggest addition, the next major gameplay change. Like I said, it's been 2 years since we've gotten hypercharges, and now every brawler in the game has one. We need something new and exciting to freshen up the gameplay, and to everyone worrying about Power 12, don't freak out. The devs have already expressed that they do not want to add another power level.
Is it time for power level 12? No, we genuinely don't think that's the answer. But to be honest, we don't know what would be the next step.
Thank goodness, because to me, that's just lazy and not that engaging at all. That's right, I'm looking at you, Clash Royale.
Whoever okayed this is literally a psychopath.
What I think we need is a brand new ability, and I believe that it might be coming soon. What could this new ability be? Actually, your guess is as good as mine. Now, I did speculate in a video quite a while back that we could actually see the addition of a new aimable ability. And they actually did this during the Subway Surfers event that is giving us another button to use and aim. And while yes, the powers themselves during that were outlandish and thank goodness only temporary, I don't think that anyone actually had trouble using the ability. It kind of felt like they were doing like a trial run of this new aimable button. And I believe that there's a chance that we could see them adding in a new permanent aimable ability. But what currency would we use for this new ability? Well, Frank, the Brawl Stars game lead, had previously mentioned that they wanted to give PowerPoints more of a use, and I'd be willing to bet that we'll be seeing them used for whatever new ability that they come up with.
The question for us now is, can we create something new that feels fun? That's another expression for skill and would be upgraded mostly with PowerPoints. Would that be possible? We think so.
I think something big is coming. I think it's gonna be good. But I think the game needs much more than just one brand new ability to actually grow. And something that the devs have neglected for a long time is the expansion of Mapmaker. And I'm not just talking about adding more objects to build with, and while I'm not against them adding new stuff, I mean, that would be fun, what I'm talking about is turning it into a fully sandbox mode creator. Now, to be clear, I don't know if this is even possible, but think of other games like Minecraft or Roblox and even Fortnite. They thrive off the creativity of the community and the ability to create mini games within their game. And in fact, years ago, Ryan Lighton told me and Kairos that originally the eventual goal for Mapmaker was just that, but they just never got around to doing it. Think of things like a hide and seek mode, or maybe a Among Us style game within Brawl Stars, or perhaps a mode where you play through an 18-hole map of Nani Golf with expanded map sizes, or heck, even make an actual golf mini game within Brawl Stars. All the brawlers could have different stats, like Frank could have the power, Piper could have the finesse. I mean, it would be so freaking cool. Or how about a Mario Kart style race game? Create the track and then race around it with your friends. Or how about a mode where you 1v1 players in a tournament bracket, but it's all contained within the game for the more competitive players. Now sure, you can create those types of maps and kind of set it up with your friends, but if Brawl Stars could make it so that anyone could publicly queue into these custom game mode lobbies and play with random people, that would be so freaking cool. Like, the possibilities here are quite literally endless with what people could do if they were given the access. And I guarantee you that if they opened it up enough, players would 100% come up with game modes that would be so freaking cool. In fact, Brawl Stars could take the best of those game modes and actually put them in rotation in the game. It would happen. I guarantee you it would happen. Now, we've gone over 2 major changes that Brawl Stars needs to do to take their game to the next level, but there's a lot of small stuff as well, such as the trophy ranks. Seriously, what's up with the diamond, mythic, bronze, Roman numeral bullcrap that they got right now? And then there's the max rank and even the extra max tier icons that you get for reaching 1,200, 1,500, and 2,000 trophies. Here's a better idea. remove the Roman numerals, remove max rank, and just let us go however high we want. Just make it where like one rank is every 50 trophies or so, and if someone wants to go to rank 137 on their dog or something, dude, just let them do it. And then once the season resets, you'll be able to keep your badge of rank 137 forever, instead of having a crappy max tier badge with some wings to show. And speaking of getting your brawlers high in trophies, let's talk about the matchmaking system. In the current system, games before max tier, you face players around your trophy range, and once you reach max tier, you get thrown in a pool where you face anyone in max tier. The result is that most players just push their brawlers to max, and then they realize the games are way harder. Oh god. And there's also literally no point, like I just mentioned. So what happens is, they just stop playing that brawler. Brawl changed the matchmaking so that players could play the brawlers that they wanted to play and not worry about the matchmaking and difficulty increasing as they got higher. This change was good in the short term, but long term, it turned trophy pushing extremely uncompetitive for the really good players and created too much of a difficulty curve for the newer players. In fact, it's not even really like a curve, it's more like a cliff. I ranted about this in my State of the Game video not too long ago, so go check that out if you like, but I also put out a poll on my X just proving this point further. Plain and simple, in my opinion, Brawl Stars just needs to revert the matchmaking back to how it used to be, with the matches progressively increasing in difficulty the higher you get, but somehow not completely sacrifice the quick matchmaking time we have now, or at least have some sort of compromise between the two. Do that, along with making tiers actually feel rewarding to earn, and Brawl Stars could really bring back the ladder grind, which a lot of players used to enjoy. And speaking of grinding, does anyone really enjoy grinding records? It still feels like records are just like a crappy downgrade from masteries, where you have to grind these ridiculous challenges only to get 200 coins from a star drop. A big change needs to happen with these to make them actually enjoyable to grind, starting with the challenges themselves. Masteries shouldn't require a super specific scenario where you have to get like a triple kill with one super or something ridiculous. They should be long-term goals to aim for, such as 100 goals in Brawl Ball, or collect 500 stars in Bounty, maybe capture 1,000% in Hot Zone with your team. Goals that are more global ranging and not ridiculously specific like these ones.
You're doing these records on bots. It feels illegal, it feels like cheating, but no, you're just making it easy for yourself.
And then there's the rewards. You do all of these challenges just to get star drops, which aren't even really an exciting reward, which I'll get to that in just a minute here, but it feels like that once you complete all of these records from a brawler, you should earn something special. Now, of course, there's the title you get for winning 300 games with a brawler, but what if you got a cool record-specific skin once you completed all of your brawler-specific records? Or something cool like an animated brawler icon at the start of each match that's tied to your records. There needs to be a more rewarding feeling for completing brawler masteries, which is severely lacking right now. And the last change that records desperately needs, is a change of UI. This, whatever this is super inconvenient and annoying as heck to scroll through. Here's a UI change example from 8-Bit Marcus on Reddit, which already looks way better than the infinite scrolling that we have to deal with now. Now, as I mentioned in the rewards for the records, currently the main reward are star drops, and I don't know if it's just me, but the drops nowadays, they just don't hit like they used to. Now, maybe it's just because I've become desensitized after spending like $1 quadrillion on boxes. I don't know, but it feels like it used to be much more hype opening boxes back in the day. No, I have never gotten a 9 on a box before. I've never done it. Although, they did just improve the rewards with the new daily drops, and that is really good. But even still, now in a past Brawl Talk, the dev team did say that they were going to rework or even remove star drops. But I wonder if the new daily rewards change was their idea of a reward. It could be, and if so, it is better, but it's still not quite the thrill it used to be. It's for sure not as awesome as today's sponsor, the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. And it is, in my opinion, the best folding phone. period. It's a mere 4.2 millimeters thick unfolded and only 8.9 millimeters closed. With its 6.5 inch cover display, you can use it like a normal phone that you're used to, but when it's time, you can unfold it and have an almost tablet-like experience, yet still fold it up and put it in your pocket and barely know it's there because it's just so dang lightweight. Now you think that Samsung would have to compromise on performance, but no, it's rocking the Snapdragon 8 Elite processor, so all of the power and performance that you would expect, it's in there. Plain and simple, this is the best folding phone in the world. Or should I say galaxy? I mean, I don't know. Maybe aliens got better technology, but I doubt it. Check it out for yourself in the link below, and big thanks to Samsung for sponsoring today's video. That being said, it's not just star drops. The limited time boxes also need some changes as well. Realistically, we're all just fishing for the brand new event skins when we open these boxes. But if you spend your gems to buy them like I do, or even open 20 of them which you've earned for free just to barely get one of the crappiest one of the skins, just kind of feels like a ripoff. I think that it would be nice to have a pity system with the boxes, so if I'm going to spend $100 opening them, I'm at least guaranteed to get something of real value. Almost every other game with gacha mechanics has a pity system, so players are rewarded even if they have terrible luck. It's honestly kind of ridiculous to drop like $100 on boxes and not even get a hypercharged skin. All right, a 12% chance on a 3% chance to get some sort of buzz skin. Switching gears, let's talk about brawlers. Now, I heard Bobby talking about this in a recent video of his, and I completely agree with him. Supercell needs to stop releasing so many assassins. I understand that they're the most fun to play and that a big majority of players gravitate towards them, but it's at the point where other classes are getting completely locked out of the meta. Sharpshooters, throwers, and support brawlers have a really hard time competing when the best brawlers in the game are always the brand new hyper-aggressive assassin brawlers. And come to think of it, when was the last time that a sniper was released? I'll tell you when it was. It was Angelo in January of 2024. That's nearly 2 years ago. I don't know, maybe, just maybe. Can you give us a new sniper, maybe? Please, maybe? Now, another aspect of the game which has always felt like a chore is Megapig. Supercell has made a lot of changes from Club League to the long Megapig to now the reduced games Megapig, which is better than it used to be, but it still just feels like a chore to do. And honestly, I don't know what to do to change Megapig itself, but the randomized modes and modifiers, it just isn't it. Now, if it were up to me, I would probably just remove Megapig completely and replace it with like a club weekend event where for the duration of the event, every win accumulated in ladder matches or competitive go towards a club pool. Do it once a month, and this event would promote people logging on to get more rewards for your club without making it feel like a chore to have to play this one mode, and that's it. You got to use all your tickets. Just kind of like, bro, just let us play how we normally play. And finally, the last thing that Brawl Stars needs is to find a better way to find players to play with. The game is so much more fun when you have a group of players and friends that are competent that you can play with. And as it currently stands, you can't really find any good players around your skill level if you aren't already friends with them or if you're on an external site like Discord. Now, of course, there's clubs, but they're really not the greatest option either, especially for newer players that are trying to find one that is really active. What the game really needs is a completely new looking for team feature. And no, not one where you just press a button and join a random team. Like half the time, I press that and I'm in a game lobby with some guy who has like half my trophies and lives on the dark side of the moon. And to top it off, you can't even chat with them. So no wonder why nobody ever uses this feature. What they need is a new menu where you can open up your room to anyone and join anybody's room in turn. This menu could display like the game mode, the player's trophies, as well as show you lobbies where your ping is similar to those other players so you don't get into a Brazil lobby when you're clearly in the US. So those are 10 things that I think Brawl Stars needs to take the game to the next level. What do you think? Got any more ideas? Let me know in the comments below. Let's make Brawl great again.